All right, so this is going to be a tutorial of just the bare essentials of Adobe Premiere. And so if you watch the other video of Camtasia, you'll notice almost immediately that Adobe Premiere is much more complicated than Camtasia is. You have all of these options for effects and audio and graphics, and all of these you can actually expand, and there's like a whole bunch of options underneath all of them. Premiere is really a professional tool, and if you really want to have all of the options available to you for video editing, this is what you'd want to use. Or if you have access to it for free, then this is something worth using. But generally speaking, if you're just getting into video editing, I would suggest using something like Camtasia first to kind of get a feel for how do you think about video editing, and how do you implement things that you want to do in a particular way, and then start building up to do things more complicated. But for this video, this is really just meant to be an introduction to Adobe Premiere, and we're only going to be looking at the raw essentials for doing video editing in Premiere. So the first thing that I want to do is I have File Explorer right here, and what you can do is you can actually just click and drag video segments that you want into your timeline. I don't know what it's telling me right now. Give me 1 second. This clip doesn't match. Keep existing settings. It's fine. So that's the first one, and then the second one is going to go here. So I have 2 clips already. And so the first thing you can do is you can see how if I'm moving this up and down, that's changing where the video and audio tracks are. If I want them to go on top of each other for some reason, like if I have a video in a video, that's the way that you would do that here. But for us right now, we're just going to have these butt up against each other. So we have our 2 segments in here. Now we have to actually get to cutting this, because I made a couple of mistakes and I ended up talking too long at a couple of points. So I'm installing the update for clip. So here I was explaining how to use Twitch Leacher, and what I could do here is if I want Twitch Leacher and clip grab, but my computer decided it wanted to cut off the capture for the video. So I'm going to actually cut this here so that I have segments where I have all video. I'm installing the update for clip grab. So Twitch Leacher is all about Twitch. So what I could do here is if I want. Okay. So actually, I want to cut this like right around here. So something that you'll find in video editing as you get more practice with it, you get a sense for how to use the audio timeline, the waveforms, in order to determine where something is that you want to cut. So here, this was like this little piece right here. I said so. So that means that what I had before right here was the end of a sentence or the end of a thought. And so now what we want to do is we actually want to cut this. And the way we're going to do that is to use the razor tool. So we come in here, click it there, and let's go back to the selection tool. Now these are all on hotkeys, so you can swap between them pretty easily if you use hotkeys often. So now what we want to do is we have this segment of the video right here. And we don't want any of this, because this is actually where all my video cut out, and then it's like the end of that one is not useful. So we want to get rid of this. So the way you can get rid of this, I don't know if there's a way you can do it with right click. You probably could, but you can see how like complicated this is. So what I would do here is actually, the option that I'm going to use is called ripple delete, but I'm going to show you how to do that with a hotkey. So you could delete this just by pressing the delete key. So if I press delete, you see how it leaves this big gap here? We don't want that to happen, so let's bring it back. And so what we want to do in order to do the ripple delete, or you could just come to the menu and do this, but the ripple delete is shift and delete. So if you press shift and delete, what it does is it deletes that segment and it moves everything to the right up against where the end of this portion was. Okay. So now, moving on to the next part. Okay, minor technical difficulties there, but what I was trying to show was Twitch Leacher and clip grab. So these are 2 applications that I use to pull down. There's another segment here that I want to cut out, and we're just going to go through exactly the same process again. Clips and full-length videos from Twitch. So that's a really nice thing to do. So it's very interactive. You can search your channel or somebody else's channel. and then download these videos to be able to edit them.
This
I'm
guy
not going to use this
talks
one.
Okay.
That there.
Okay, so I want to get to the point where I'm... Okay, this is probably...
Here in...
Okay, yeah, this is a part I want to cut out because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I need to figure it out.
So we're going to copy that. We're going to insert it here. Then clip grab's going to do its thing. I'm going to...
Okay, right after clip wrap does its thing is where I'm going to cut. So...
I'm not going to listen to it because it's going to...
Okay.
Make my ears...
Okay, so I zoomed in the timeline a little bit too much there. So...
download Baby Shark. So I'm not going to listen to it because it's going to make my ears bleed. I just need the URL. So we're going to copy that. We're going to insert it here. Okay. Then clip grab's going to do its thing. I'm going to make a new...
Okay, so I don't need to go through the process and show...
Thing. Insert it here. Then clip grab's going to do its thing.
Okay, so now that's... Okay, that's where I want to cut. So we got our spot where we're cutting. Cut that. And then this whole segment is good. Then I want to move on to... I'm going to move all the way forward to where it was that I had all of the elements that I was going to put into building this here. So, okay.
It's probably... Okay, yeah, I think that one doesn't have a background. Okay, so...
Okay, yeah. So again, you can kind of tell by looking at the waveform. Most of this portion right here, I wasn't talking. And then you see how like I'm talking the rest of the time here. So we're just going to zoom in here. And you can always add transitions between these segments that I'm cutting, but that's not something that I'm really going to go through right now. So let's click this, do another ripple delete, shift and delete, and then we have these two segments cut together.
Insert it here, then clip grab's going to do its thing. So we got all the things that we need in our media bin now. Now we can actually start editing. So I want to first bring down the Baby Shark here, and something that I can do here, because
I think most of this is good, so we don't need to do anything like this.
Right here.
How loud does that compare to me? I probably could have done some audio balance.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I'll make another one. It's not really a big deal. I'll just drag that all the way out there. So what this is doing now is it's going to be fading in. It's going to fade in this audio at the same time as the other one fades out. Okay, so now we have actual music. I
don't know if there's anything else that I want to cut out here.
There might not be a zoom, but just for the sake of this, it's not really important.
Hey, Explosive, how's it going?
So what you can do is you can bring this down.
I'm just working on some tutorials for video editing, and then we're going to do some
have the transition.
Some Mario Maker afterwards. I'm almost done.
And then what I want to do actually is I want to transition that from.
Okay, so I think this is good enough.
To use this, and you can do like a whole bunch of stuff interactively. There's not a lot of options, which is nice and also not nice at the same time. And then if you want to output this video, what you can do is you can click share, and then
we had to put better music on there.
You can, if you have your YouTube setup, you can share it directly to YouTube, or you can output it to a local file. But that's going to be it for this one. I'm not actually going to save this video. It's just a tutorial. Okay, so I hope that was helpful and you enjoy this. I'm going to go and edit this one in Premiere now.
Okay, so
this video is going to be...
That's everything that we needed to do for this video for the editing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to output. And outputting is actually pretty complicated, but I'll show you the options that I have set up. So what you want to do is there's a hotkey. I never remember. I think it's Control M. But what you want to do is you want to go to Export. Yeah. So Control M is Export Media. Then you want to click here, and then again
kind of overwhelmed with all of the options that you have here. These are the settings that I use for outputting. So this is H.264 is what you use for outputting to YouTube, and then the other settings that I have here is VBR 1 pass. And so then what you do, if you want to queue this to continue working, then you press Q, but we actually want to export this, so we're going to click export. And then it'll take a while to render. This is a pretty short video, so it's not going to take that long. And then I'll let this go, and then I'll talk about how to upload it to YouTube. Okay. All right, so now our video has been output, and the last thing that I want to do is I want to just show really quickly how to upload the videos to YouTube. So I still have this LMS open, so give me 1 second. I'm going to open this on YouTube. I need to switch my channel from my professional channel to my personal channel. Okay, so now when you have YouTube open, when you want to upload a video, you just click right here and you go to upload. And then you can select files to upload. Mine went to, where did I output this? This is outputted in process videos. Okay, so the most recent one that I processed is the one that I'm looking for. Today's the 18th. That actually doesn't look right. 318, okay. Why these aren't in order is beyond me. Okay, so this is going to be the Camtasia video editing. If I could spell, that would be great. Tutorial. Okay, so when you're uploading a video to YouTube, you have a couple of options while it's in the process of uploading. So advanced settings, things I don't tend to change. I probably should change this stuff. This is education. But I have my professional channel set already. Translations, if you want to do a different language. But the more important one is when you're going to have it released, and if it's visible for other people. So public means that it can be searched, unlisted means that anybody with a link can see it, and private means only you can see it. And if you want to schedule something to be public, what it'll do is it'll keep it private, and then it will, for whatever date you set here, date and time, it'll make it go public then. But for this one, I'm just going to make this public right now. And you could also add this to a playlist. So I'm going to put this one in the Improve Your Stream one, and then I'm going to click Publish. And then when it's done processing, it'll be published. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go and edit this one and then upload it. Okay, take it easy, guys.